on any topic, so I want to give you some information about that. So today my care plan is about a catatonic schizophrenia. So what is catatonic schizophrenia? What is catatonic schizophrenia? That is one of very serious mental illness, which is a type of schizophrenia in which a patient shows the in which the patient shows many symptoms like stuporness, and he can be in a particular position for a longer period of time, and it is of two types mainly: catatonic stupor and catatonic excitement. So what is catatonic stupor? In this, the catatonic stupor, it follows depression, apathy, and the patient becomes uncommunicative, means he will not communicate to any of the person. Then it is characterized by failing interest, means he will lose interest in various activities, and and then emotional poverty. They will show the emotional poverty. They will feel they are alone, and dreaminess, and uh, they can make their face mask like face, means they will showing something else and they will be experiencing in their own something else. And eyes closed or frequently stares fixedly at one point or blankly looks downward, means they will see to any point a particular thing, and they can stay their eyes open for a longer period of time, and they will not even once blink their eyes. And the second one is catatonic excitement. In the catatonic excitement, it is very different to from the it is just opposite of the catatonic stupor. So catatonic excitement, in this the patient may behave in a wild or quite unpredictable manner, means he will show wild activities. He can kill anyone, or which is and he will do something which is not accompanied by an emotional expression. Means cold approaches. He will show cold approaches. The patient are impulsive and may suddenly attack anybody. If in this the patient are very impulsive and may attack suddenly anybody standing nearby him or her, and break or destroy articles. In catatonic excitement, the patient breaks and destroys the articles and the things, and tear their clothes and tear their clothes and remain nude. They can remain nude. Okay. And the flow of speech is from mutism to flight of ideas, means the flow of speech is, firstly they will show mutism, and then they will talk extremely, and they will show flow of flight of ideas, means they will they will be talking about one thing, and they will go to the another thing which is not matching with each other. So and the catatonic excitement patient shows hallucinations. Mainly the hallucination they will show, that is visual and hearing. They will be experiencing like someone is calling him and someone is trying to control him. They will hear the voices, like the voices are saying him to do something. And in visual they will see like something is in front of them, and they will simply hearing his voice, and they will talk to them. That person is not present at the moment. That is visual hallucination. And then there will be sleeplessness and dehydration are present in the patient. On rare occasions the patient may collapse due to exhaustion, and homosexual prone and assaultive. The patient is not consistently joyful as in the case of mania. Okay, so this was about the catatonic schizophrenia, and now we will see the care plan. So here I have taken a patient that is so about the care plan. I want to tell you that firstly you have to write about the identification data. In identification data, full information of the patient is given, like name, age, sex, and religion, education, occupation, mother tongue, means what is the language of the patient, and the date of admission on which date the patient was admitted in the hospital, and the bed number, registration number, and ward number. Marital status, means the patient is married or not. Nationality, means the patient is the patient is from which nation. And then home address. And then diagnosis, means what the diagnosis has made the doctor for the patient. So here the diagnosis is classification is F20, that is ICD-10 classification, and the classification is schizophrenia, that is catatonic type. Then informant name, means who has informed about this patient, means who has admitted the patient in the hospital. So here this is Mr. Ajay Tripathi, who is the father, and then you have to write about the relation to the patient. So he is the father of the patient. Mainly this catatonic schizophrenia occurs at the at the adult age, means approx 19 to 25 years. Between the 19 to 25 years of age this occurs. Then after the identification data, you have to write about the presenting complaints. In the presenting complaints, you have to write about the complaints, means symptoms which are showing, which the patient is saying to you, and what the patient's relative have told to you. So according to the patient says that he is not able to sleep and is hearing noises. Noises means he is experiencing hallucination. What type of hallucination? He is seeing the things that may not present, that his parents is not able to see, means he is experiencing also he is experiencing. Here is the hearing hallucination, voice hallucination, and here is the visual hallucination. And then according to the patient's relative, what the patient's relatives are saying, mainly this catatonic schizophrenia lasts for if the patient is experiencing for longer period of time, so it will be called as chronic catatonic type schizophrenia. So here the patient's relative is saying that for 2 to 3 months of the patient has, means from the 2 to 3 months the patient is experiencing, the patient so stop talking to the people. He is not talking to anyone, do not use his phone, and has deleted all contacts, not able to sleep, and he has deleted all the contacts. And then he was studying in engineering college but suddenly stopped to go to college. He is showing all the symptoms of catatonic schizophrenia. He used to maintain a particular position for a longer period of time. Example, that is standing and sitting like he is on a chair, means the patient is showing waxy flexibility. Here if any person is maintaining a particular position for a longer period of time, so it will called as waxy flexibility. Then he used to lie down for several days, and he is on the bed from approx 10 to 12 days. They are saying that the patient has not moved from the bed. He is very hardly he used to get up from the bed, going toilet or taking bath or anything. Then they are saying the patient do not change his clothes, not used to eat or drink. The patient is not eating or drinking. So you can say the patient can be in the dehydration condition. Then not taken bath from many days. The patient is not maintaining his hygiene also, and not giving answer if asking question to him. If anyone is asking question to him, he is also not asking. He is showing the mutism. Then you have to write about the history of presenting complaints, means what the presenting complaint the patient is showing. The patient was apparently well 2 to 3 months ago, means the patient was well 2 to 3 months ago, but when he stopped doing his all works, when he was 2 to 3 months ago he was well, but after that he has stopped doing his all works, and the patient had stopped going to college. He stopped talking to everyone, not even parents also. I mean, the patient is not even talking to his parents also. There is history of mutism. You have already seen that here the patient was not asking, so you can write about that there is a history of mutism and there is no specific reason for that. Then you have to write about any other history, like patient has shown the hallucination or not. If any hallucination is present, so you have to write the type of the hallucination. Then you have to write the physical condition of the patient, means there is a history of weight loss. Why weight loss? Because the patient was not eating properly and not drinking also, and there is a history of poor personal hygiene. You have to write about the hygiene also, history of hygiene, and then you should write about the any previous history the patient is had or not. The patient there is no history of head injury and epilepsy and long fever, etc., because these conditions may cause this catatonic schizophrenia. So there is no history of head injury, epilepsy and long term fever, and there is history of negativism and somatic disturbances. There is the history of somatic disturbances and there is no precipitating factors present. So this was all about the history of presenting complaint. In history of presenting complaint, you have to write all these things. Then you have to write about the treatment history, means the patient has taken any type of treatment in the past or not. So you have to write drugs. So in this patient, mainly he has no history of drug, no history of ECT, means electroconvulsive therapy, and psycho, family and rehabilitation therapy. There is no evidence of psychotherapy and family therapy or rehabilitation therapy, means the patient was not a patient of mental illness earlier. Then you have to write about the past history. Number 5, that is past history of illness, means the patient has any past medical history, medical or surgical history. So past medical history, there is no history of if there is any history of past medical any history of medical illness in the past, so you have to write in this section. Then you should write about the tuberculosis, diabetes mellitus and hypertension and jaundice, long fever or epilepsy. And surgical illness, if there are any past history of the illness regarding surgical illness, so you can write if there is present. So you have to write here what type of surgery he had and what was the reason for that. You have to write in detail. And then if there is no history like that, so you can write simply nil. Then past psychiatric or mental illness. Past psychiatric or mental illness, you should write about if the patient has any episode of mental illness in earlier or in the past, so you should write here. And you should write in which year also, means I have written here this is first episode of mental illness, so I do not have to write about his time, means his year or date, because he is experiencing his first episode. If your patient had experienced about this psychiatric illness, or he has many episodes of this psychiatric illness, so you should write about in 2004 he was having first episode of the psychiatric illness, and the second he was having in 2006. So like this you can write. Then the 6th one is personal history. In this you have to write about the patient's personal history from birth till the age he is. So first is perinatal history. In perinatal history, antenatal period, means you have to write in antenatal period if there is infection of maternal mother, if there was any infection of mother, so you should write here. If there was exposure to the radiation, so you have to write. And if any checkups, here you can write about the parental history. In this, the intranatal, this was antenatal, means when he was in the womb of the mother. Then intranatal means the period when the baby was inside the mother's womb. And then at the birth, if at the birth there is the history of any injury to the head, so you can write here full term birth. There is full term birth, or he has taken birth before. And then birth cry, the baby has cried immediately, or he has taken some time in crying, so you have to write here. Then birth defects, if there is any abnormality of the congenital, so you have to write. Then postnatal complications, after the birth the baby has any type of complication or not. Then childhood history, after the perinatal history you have to write about the childhood history. In childhood history, primary caregiver, who was the primary caregiver of the patient. And then feeding, what was the feeding pattern, means he has taken breast milk or he has taken artificial milk from the bottle or anything else. Then age at weaning, what was the age when the baby has started weaning, means he has started taking something soft foods like dal and anything else. Then developmental milestone, you have to write developmental milestone, that was normal or abnormal. Then behavior and emotional problems, in this you should write about the child's behavior, how was his behavior or how was his emotional condition. Then illness, if there was any illness in the childhood period, so you have to also write that also. Then educational history, age at beginning of the formal education, at which age the child has started his education. Then academic performance, how was his academic performance, good, poor, you can write excellent also. Then relationships with peers and teachers, peers means friends here, and the teachers, how was the patient's behavior to the teachers and his friends. Then school phobia, if the patient if the child was having any school phobia, means he was not going to school, or he was making he was trying to escape the school. Also you have to write conduct disorder, means the patient was having any hobby or any history of stealing or killing someone or trying to killing someone. So you have to write also here, because it can also be the factor of the catatonic schizophrenia. And then you have to write about the play history, the patient was liking to play games or not, or the relationship with playmates was good or not. And then adolescent history, you have to write about adolescent also, because my patient is of 21-year old, so I am writing adolescence. And yes, I am writing about only adolescent, and you can write about the adulthood also. The patient was good at studies, he passed his 12th standard, means in this you have to write about the his higher educations also, and how the patient got admitted in the hospital. So in this you have to write about the patient when he has passed the his study, when he has completed his study, and how was his performance in the studies, you have to write. And then you have to write then suddenly he had started doing abnormal behavior like standing for a long period, means he was started showing the flexibility. And then what symptoms he started to show, you have to write in this period. And then the patient do not have any habit of running away from home or delinquency or smoking and drug taking, etc. You have to write this in the adolescent history. Then the marital status, means marital status or history, when the patient is married or not, you have to write. Then you should move towards the family history. In the family history you have to write about the patient's family, so you should write here. And then you should write about his parents, what his parents do, and what his mother do, and what his sister do. And if there is the history of any married person, so you should write about that. If his parents has any defect or any abnormality or any mental illness in the past, or he is experiencing any mental illness, so you should write in this family history. And then you should make a chart, you should make a flow chart in which you show the relation of the means this box which is cut, this denotes the dead person, means they are dead. You should write about the 3 generations, means from the grandfather, then his father, and then the patient himself. You should write about 3 steps of the family history. So his grandfather has died and his grandmother also had died, and you should write the years, how many years ago he died, and if he had died after any mental illness, so you should write here. Then you should write about the age of his parent and the full name of his parent. Then his brother and sister, this circle denotes the female, and this box denotes the male person, and this box denotes the patient, means this is the patient himself, the Rajat Tripathi, age 21-year-old. And this is Miss Rohit Tripathi, that is 19-year-old, and this is Raj Tripathi, and 17-year-old, and this is Mrs. Kirti. Sorry, there is a mistake. I think Mrs. Kirti Tripathi, and he is married. I have written here that he is married, and these persons are not married, so I have not written anything here. Then you should denote about the keys, means the symbols, what these symbols denotes. And then you should move towards the 8th, that is relation of family with patient. In the relation of family with patient, you write about the patient's relationship with his family. It was good or not, he was communicating previously or not, or he was cooperative with the family or not. You should write that. And then pre-morbid personality. In the pre-morbid personality, how was the patient before this disease, means he was quite well, he was very well, or he was unwell before this disease has occurred, or this catatonic schizophrenia occurred to him. How was he, and what was his habits, and what was he like to do, and what was his favorite foods. And you can write all these things. Mainly you have to write pre-morbid, means before any illness, what the patient was, and how he was, and how he was showing his you can say showing his activities. Then mental status examination, that was all about his history collection. So now we will see the mental status examination. In mental status examination, you should write about the firstly general appearance and behavior. Means a complete overview. This is not a complete overview, but you should write about some general things like appearance. Appearance, as you know that patient was not drinking or not eating properly, so he looks underweight. And then facial expression. This catatonic schizophrenia patient mainly shows a flat expression. So you should remember this, the patient always shows the flat. This is the great this is most important thing you have to remember, that the catatonic schizophrenia patient shows the flat expression, facial expression. Then level of grooming, means how is his level of grooming, means dress up. How is his dress up? His dress up is according to the place or according to the function or not. Means if the patient is coming to his hospital, to your hospital, or he is coming to the doctor, so he cannot wear like red and very dark color, or very glittering clothes as in the parties and all. So he should, if he is wearing normal things, so you should write normal. Is he is wearing party dress and anything else, so you should write here abnormal. Then level of cleanliness. There you have seen that the patient was not bathing or not cleaning his mouth, or he was not showing any hygienic activity, so you can write inadequate. Cleanliness is inadequate. Then level of consciousness. In the level of consciousness, you should write the patient is conscious or not, well conscious or not, or he is mute, he is showing mutism or stuporous. Stupor means he is not talking, means he is confused. Then mode of entry means he came willingly, or he came after his father had said, or he is being forced to come here. Okay, then you should write the behavior. How is the behavior of the patient? That is simple, that the patient will not show any behavior which is normal, because he is experiencing the catatonic schizophrenia. So you can write here abnormal. Then cooperative, the patient is cooperative or not. So less than so means he is quite cooperative, but not as much as he has to do. Then eye to eye contact. The patient is maintaining eye to eye contact with you or not, means with the psychiatrist. The patient is maintaining, or with anyone who is talking to the patient, he is maintaining his eye contact properly or not. And the rapport means the relationship. A patient is showing a good behavior, a good rapport with the with who is coming to meet him. So not good, that is not good. Gesturing. How the gesture means how the patient is standing, talking, walking, that all how the patient is showing. So gesture is odd. And the posturing, how the patient's posture, that is catatonic posture. You can write here waxy flexibility. The posture is waxy. In the posture he is showing waxy flexibility. Other movements like echolalia means he is sometimes the words the other person is saying, he is just repeating that words. That is called echolalia. Then other catatonic phenomena, that is also echolalia sometimes. And the hallucinatory behavior. What type of hallucination the patient is showing, that is hallucinatory behavior. When the patient is experiencing that visual and hearing hallucination, then he is showing smiling without any reason, and muttering to self, means he is talking to self. That is because of hallucination he is doing all these things. Then you should write about the speech. Then initiation means speech. In the speech initiation, how was the initiation? Firstly he will show mutism, and then he will go to the flight of ideas. Then reaction time. What was the reaction time? Patient has reacted to your question immediately, or he has reacted to your question after some time. So you can write delayed or immediately. Rate. What was the rate of his talking? Means his speech. So that was slow or slurred speech. Then productivity. What was the productivity? He was talking firmly or normally, or he was showing some pressure. Means he was having difficulty in talking, so he will show pressure. Volume. What was the volume? It was decreased or increased. Tone. How was the pitch? In tone you should write low pitch, high pitch, any type which you have seen in your patient. In others you can write the echolalia, means in his speech he was showing echolalia. Then mood and affect. In subjective and objective and predominant mood state. In subjective you should write what the patient has said. So the patient will the patient can tell you about the insomnia means not able to sleep or little only fear, not able to sleep and fear. He can tell you, and on objective data you have to see what the patient is doing, how is his mood and affect in the objective data. Whatever you will see, you should write in the objective mood and affect. So here you can see the patient is fearful and suspicious. Then predominant mood state, so it is blunt or flat, you can write, or colorless. Then thought stream, what is the stream of thought? So that is mutism. And the form of thought, how is the form of thought? Is his form of thought is hallucinatory or delusion of control, means he is experiencing that some hallucination, because of some hallucinatory conditions he is experiencing that someone is controlling him. Then perception, in the perception illusions are present or not, hallucination are present or not, hallucination are present, so you should write auditory, and I have not written, you should write visual and auditory hallucination is present. Then somatic passivity, somatic passivity is present or not. Then cognitive function, in the cognitive function you should you write about the consciousness. In consciousness the patient is well conscious or not, so here conscious but not enough, the patient is conscious. Orientation means the patient knows time, place, person and attention. Time, place, person means where the patient is and what the time is, and the what is the place and who is he knows it that or not, you should write. And then attention, aroused with difficulty, attention, how was his attention. Then concentration, he is able to concentrate or not. In the concentration you should use these three methods, normally sustained but not proper. So you can measure his attention by asking the patient to tell about the numbers minusing from 100 till 1, minusing 7 means firstly he will minus the 100 minus 7, so what will come? 100 minus 7, it will come 93. Then from 93 you say that, then again minus 7, so he will tell what will come again minus from minusing the 7. You should take this 100 minus 7 format also, and you can take the 40 minus 3, so he will start from 40 minus 3, then it will come 49, the 40 minus 3, then it will come 47, then again you say then again he will tell 47 minus 3, so 44, then 44 minus 3, then 41, he will say like that. If he is able to do this, so his concentration is good. If he is not able to do this, so his concentration is not good. And the memory, how is the memory of the patient? Immediate means ask about getting admission in the college, what is the reason, you ask to the patient, he will tell. And then recent, immediate you ask the immediate things which happened to him, means when he got admitted, like this kind of things you can ask in immediate. And then recent, in recent you ask about what he had in breakfast. In breakfast, little things that has taken some time, and then ask patient and the patient of, if the patient has told the correct answer, then his memory is good. Then remote history, about the remote history you can ask frequent questions like how are you, how old are you, why are you here. No, that is not a remote history. Only you can ask the questions which are told to the parent from his childhood, like how old are you, in which class do you read, and what is your school name. This kind of question you can ask, so you can know his remote history. So patient should answer appropriately. If he is answer appropriately, then his memory is good. And in inference, what is the complete inference of this history, of this which type of history? Memory history. So that is inference is intact, means fully good. Then abstraction, any abstraction is normal or not. Then interpretation of proverbs, ask meaning of the proverbs. Example, barking dogs never bite. So you should ask the patient about some proverbs. If he is able to answer, so his interpretation of proverbs is good. Then judgment, personal or future plans. In personal judgment, you ask about his future plans. If he had any future plans, so he will tell. So you can write normal. If not, so you can write impaired. Then about social judgment, means perception of society, how the patient is feeling about the society, and what is his view about the society. So mainly the patient will say that he is having fear in going outside of the house. He likes to stay alone, so it shows that he is having impaired social judgment. Then test: present a situation and ask their response to the patient. Means you give a particular situation, like if a patient is having a road accident, so what he will do. If you have given this, so he will tell what he will do. If his answer is reasonable, so you can write his judgment is intact or normal. Then insight: in insight, your patient has awareness of being sick. Insight means he is knowing about himself, what he is knowing about himself. So you ask the patient about his sickness and how much knowledge he is having about his sickness, and he knows the symptoms are due to illness. In insight, if the patient is having some insight, so he will be knowing about his symptoms, that his symptoms are due to his illness and he needs help. And he will also know why he is in mental hospital, and he will also know that patient has insight about, and you can write in the last that patient has insight about his illness but is not able to cope with it. Okay, then we will move toward the physical examination. That was mental status examination. Then physical examination, that is third step in the psychiatric care plan. So you should write about the present medical history. Means in present time what the patient is having. So in present medical history, patient is experiencing malnourished at the present time. Patient is malnourished because of not eating and drinking properly. And the past medical history or surgical history, that was nil. General examination you should do, like taking temperature, pulse, respiration, blood pressure. CVS means central cardiovascular system, and peripheral pulsation you should write. Normal or abnormal. Respiratory rate, normal or abnormal. Abdomen, in abdomen there is any deformity or any type of pain he is experiencing or not. Musculoskeletal, the skin texture and skin dryness and skin moisture you should write. Lymph nodes, how the lymph nodes, they are swollen or normal. Pelvic examination, then any other signs like dyspnea or cyanosis. Then you write about eye, ears. In eye you should write vision, infection and the inference. In inference, what is the complete inference of the eye. So that is normal or abnormal. If there is any abnormality, so you will write that there is abnormality in the eye, that is, if that is related to vision, so you should write vision, that is abnormal vision you should write. Then ears, in ears, hearing, vertigo, discharge and inference. Then nose shape, epistaxis means blood present in blood coming from nose or not. Discharge, any abnormal discharge from nose, and then inference. Then mouth, tongue, voice, infection and inference. That is about physical examination, no? So you should write about the each and everything. Then gastrointestinal system, you write about the appetite. So the patient was having loss of appetite, so I have written here loss of appetite. Then pain was absent. Indigestion, that was also absent. Then constipation, patient is experiencing constipation or diarrhea. Then respiratory system, about the respiratory rate and dyspnea. Then cardiovascular system, pulse, blood pressure and cyanosis you should write. And the genitourinary system, amount of urine and frequency of urination you write. Then investigation, then you write about the lab investigation. What is the lab investigation? In this you write about the total RBCs count and the total leukocyte count, and the neutrophils and lymphocytes and eosinophil, monocyte, basophil and hemoglobin. Also you can write serial wise. And lab values, right? Then normal value, what is normal value and what is the patient value. And the remark means it is decreased or increased or normal. This is the remark. Then nursing diagnosis. So first nursing diagnosis is a disturbed thought process related to inability to trust, possibly hereditary or biochemical factors evidenced by delusional thinking, extreme suspiciousness to others. And the second is ineffective health maintenance related to inability to trust, extreme suspiciousness evidenced by poor diet intake, inadequate food and fluid intake, difficulty in falling asleep. Then third one is self-care deficit related to cognitive impairment, inability to trust evidenced by difficulty in carrying out tasks associated with hygiene, dressing, grooming, eating, sleeping, and toileting. Then the fourth one is social isolation related to inability to trust, delusional thinking, evidenced by withdrawal, dull affect, and preoccupation with with own thoughts, expression of feelings, and rejection and aloneness imposed by others. Then fifth one is impaired verbal communication related to disordered and unrealistic thinking, evidenced by echolalia, verbalization that affect concrete thinking, and poor eye contact. Then risk for self inflicted or life threatening injury related to command hallucination, and evidenced by suicidal ideas, plans, and attempts. Then insomnia related to hallucinations, delusional thinking, as evidenced by difficulty falling asleep, increased irritability caused by lack of sleep, awakening very early in the morning. So you should write in the nursing diagnosis approximately 6 nursing diagnoses you can write, and you should frame about 3 or 4. You should make the frame like this. Yeah, this in this there are 7 sections. You can see first is assessment, nursing diagnosis, goal, intervention, rationale, and implementation and evaluation. In assessment, you should write the subjective and objective data. Subjective data, what the patient is saying, and the objective data, what you can see in the patient, what you are observing in the patient. So first nursing diagnosis is insomnia related to hallucination. That is the first nursing diagnosis. So in the goal you will write that what the patient will get from your nursing care plan, this care plan. So you write client will be able to fulfill sleep within 30 minutes or of retiring and sleep 6 to 8 hours without a sleeping aid. Then intervention, firstly you will assess, then you will provide, and then you will administer. So firstly, keep restrict record of sleeping pattern. So firstly you will assess his sleeping pattern record. Why you will do? You will write in the rationale to know his sleeping pattern. Then discourage sleep during daytime by involving him in activities that he can do. So next you will do first simple things, then you will go to the most complicated things that you can do for his sleeping. So first is maintaining record, and the second is discourage his sleep at daytime, and the third is assist measures that promote sleep. You can give the measures that can promote his sleep, like you can provide warm or not stimulating drinks, no stimulating drinks, light snacks, warm baths, and back rubs. You can provide for what it will help client to promote his sleep and relax his body. Then perform relaxation exercise, then you will provide relaxation exercises to relax the client and relax his mind to decrease his hallucination. Then encourage to ventilation feelings and to ventilate his feeling. Then you will encourage the patient to tell his feelings, what he is feeling inside inside. You will make the patient to ventilate them, means to tell them to hear you. It will help to why you are doing this to thoughts, to ventilate his all thoughts and all feelings and thoughts that are disturbing his sleep. Then you will administer the sedation as prescribed. In the last, you will administer any medication that has been prescribed for inducing his sleep. Then in the implementation, you will simply write that if you have assessed here, so you will write assessed. You have assessed or you have kept a strict record of sleeping pattern. Then here you have written that discourage sleep during daytime, so here you will write you have discouraged, means you have done this. In the implementation, you have to simply write that you have done all the activities what you are doing in the intervention. So assisted, in this you have write assist measures, so you will write here assisted measures that promote sleep, such as warm and no stimulating drinks, light snacks, warm bath and back rubs. Then performed relaxation exercise and soft music, encouraged to ventilate feelings and doubts, and then administered sedation as prescribed by the physician. So in the last you will write about the evaluation, what is the outcome, what the patient has got from your care plan. So you can write here, client started to fulfill his sleep pattern. Next, you whatever the nursing diagnosis you have taken, you should write about according to your priority, according to the priority of the nursing diagnosis. Here you can see, you can see the first nursing priority was disturbed thought process, then ineffective health maintenance, then self-care deficit, then social isolation. So the which is having most priority, so you will write first, and then second less priority, and then like that you can write what from higher priority nursing diagnosis to the lowest priority nursing diagnosis you should go. Then you see about the insomnia. I have written about the insomnia related to hallucinations. Means the patient was not able to sleep because of hallucination, delusion and delusional thinking as evidence the difficulty falling asleep. In the subjective data, you write about the patient, what the patient has said to you, and the objective data, what you have seen in the patient. So on observation, the patient looks irritable and uncomfortable, not able to concentrate in the conversation. Then intervention, keep restrict record. I have told about that also. Then impaired verbal communication. The patient is having impaired verbal communication, so he will not tell anything to you. And the objective data, you can see in the impaired verbal communication, the patient will say that he is not able to talk to the people, or he is not able to talk in the society or in the place where so much crowd is present. Then in objective data, you will observe that there was poor eye contact and echolalia. Then goal, client will able to communicate appropriately and comprehensively with the others. Then attempt to decode incomprehensible. I want to write here. You can write here like in the society, patient is not able to talk. He is having fear of society, means society phobia. He is experiencing the society phobia. So you can write it like this, and then you should write that interventions, then rationale, and then implementation. Intervention, attempt to decode incomprehensible communication. The patient is talking to you, so you have to decode the patient's speech, or what the patient is saying to you. You have to decode that. For what you will do, to get the clarification and make patient to talk more. Then maintain consistency of staff assigned over time. For what? To maintain trust of the client. You should take only one staff for a particular patient. Means if a particular nurse is giving the care to a psychiatric patient, so that nurse only give him the care every day. If you will change the nurse or you will change the staff, so patient will not ventilate his feeling, or he will not be able to maintain the trust on the people, because you are changing the healthcare provider every day. Then in a non-threatening manner, explain to client his how his behavior and verbalization are viewed by others and how it alienate others from them. To make aware patient, why you are doing this? To make aware patient about his behavior, what people think about him. Then anticipate and fulfill client's needs until satisfactory communication patterns return. For what? To talk with client for longer period of time. Then approach client in a quiet and calm place to avoid distraction. Then you will simply write attempted to decode incomprehensible communication, and then maintained the consistency, and then explained the client how his behavior and verbalization are viewed by the others in a non-threatening manner, then anticipated and fulfilled. Then here you will write approached client in a manner, in a quiet and calm pace. Next you will see the health education, that is second last point. In this you will tell about the regarding disease condition, regarding diet, what type of diet the patient has to take, and what type of disease the patient is experiencing, and you should tell about this to the parents of the patient also. Give knowledge to the patient and his family history, family members about the disease condition of the patient, and advise them to take care of him with full attention. Then regarding diet, what type of diet the patient have to take. Then regarding rest and sleep, as the patient shows vaccine flexibility, so advise the family members to be aware about that and make patient not to do that. Then try to give proper environment for rest and sleep, and give him hot fluids or warm fluids, because it will help in inducing his sleep. Then regarding hygiene, about the hygiene you should tell about tell to the patient and parents also to maintain the hygiene of the patient. Regarding exercise, give him or advise him to do some exercise that are prescribed by the doctor or by the physician, mental hospital. Then advise family members to give a daily morning walk to the patient. It will calm the patient's mind. Also give knowledge about doing the exercise daily. Then in the conclusion, that is the last point of the care plan. In the conclusion you should write about your experience also, and how was the patient with you, he was cooperating or not cooperating, his family members were well cooperated or not. In the conclusion you should write. So it was all about the psychiatric care plan of the catatonic schizophrenia.